Okay, alright, everything's going cool. So this is start of a terrible video that I bet no one will watch, but nobody watches my.
How professional.
Not very professional. There'll be a thumbnail. How about that? There'll be a custom.
Introduce yourself.
Maybe I will. I don't know. I don't like introducing myself because it feels very pretentious. But I'm here with this disgusting human being.
Okay, hold on. I'm back. Back in.
I you need to like jump down from like something. It just.
That's probably what would really happen. Okay, now what are we actually doing?
All right, we're gonna be. I invited Minty Coffee. Coffee. With for a kind of not really debate. Mostly, it's kind of a debate, but it's not gonna be the debates he likes to do. But it's it's
more of a discussion.
More of a discussion, yeah, or a round table or a circle jerk, however you want to call it. So it's gonna be mostly about Pyro or how Pyro in his eyes is not broken, and how in my eyes it's kind of broken. Ow. So for the most part, I'll let Minty do his introduction here. Here.
Okay then, so from what I really gather, looking at like just comments on all my videos and the ever so lovely subreddit and Steam community, the main thing people seem to not like is the new flame particles. And just to clear one thing up immediately, comparing them to pre-Jungle Inferno, they are much better. That is just unfair to say that they aren't. Now, one thing is that if you sweep like this, like just sort of like just tightly around someone, you can get basically the same DPS as just doing this. And yes, that is true and something I would like to see changed. I would like I suggested before, change the hitbox particle sizes drastically to make it more like the Quake lightning gun and make sweeping less effective. That alone I think would massively increase the skill indexing, at least enough for people to not complain, and you know, get rid of any of the sweeping nonsense that, because if you're doing this, I think doing that to light multiple people to apply the healing debuff is fine, but doing that shouldn't get basically the same damage. That is something I want to see change.
Yeah.
Would I call that broken, especially compared to pre-Jungle Inferno? No. It's like 90% on the way to being perfect, basically.
With the way pre-Jungle Inferno, it's like there's one thing I want to be reverted is the color of the particles.
Oh yeah.
So like,
I hate how fucking opaque they are.
Yeah, just like kind of just flame at me. I can barely see you. If it weren't for unusual, I couldn't hit you at all. Like, if like we're just.
They should just be made transparent.
Yeah.
Or at least like.
Well, not completely transparent. That'd be interesting. But like
transparent V models.
Yeah, I don't have them enabled, but I bet Minty could screenshot something like that, and I'll relay it. Nice. But I can't aim. I can't aim. It's late.
Like, lower the particle hitbox sizes. That alone would fix like most of the complaints right now.
Yeah. Another thing that people like to complain about is mostly the damage that the flamethrowers do now. Like how they can hit multiple times and things like that.
Like how particles tick more than once now, right?
Yeah. So like if I go Pyro here.
Oh.
Yeah, dead.
Right.
So like if I'm standing like right here, and like you kind of aim down. Whoops. That did 156.
Hold on, let me just do Buddha mode.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, no, that's not gonna work. I'll do Vital. Okay. Did you just?
Yes.
That triggers me so much when people do that. Okay, enchanted health. There we go.
Suddenly 1,000 health.
Okay, so So yeah, particles do tick more than once. It is a change that because it's allowed for some higher skill stuff like air blasting people into walls and like maximizing the impact damage like that. I like that there's things you can do like that, but it still seems like a bit of a weird change considering pre-Jungle Inferno was just one particle does one bit of damage, and the overall damage of a particle was buffed. I'm pretty sure. Before, I'm pretty sure it was like a max of 7.2, something like that, but you fired a lot more particles. Now you fire 22 per second, roughly, that last for 2/3 of a second, 0.66. They lose 1 point of damage every 0.11 seconds, roughly, 13 down to 6.5. And the hitbox particles, the particle size is 12 hammer units, so, like, that's basically as big as the Pyro.
Yeah, like
it's really big.
Like the flamethrower uses the projectile hitbox, if I'm not mistaken, which is I think, like, yeah, it does, I think.
Like, if I just sweep around you like this...
Yeah, I'm, like basically instantly dead. So, like, if I just, like...
Yeah, like
I did
now
300 damage.
Obviously doing that does decrease it a lot because
Yeah,
the
but,
particles are just going fucking everywhere.
So, like, if I just, like,
if you
do
it
small
tightly,
things.
Yeah, if you do it tightly around me, yeah. Because, now, as for the damage itself, because of the way damage is checked in TF2, you can only be ticked 12 times per second. That is just set in stone. So, 13 times 12, 156 plus two ticks of afterburn, obviously, because that's a separate entity. So, roughly 164 damage per second is the most any flamethrower can do, not accounting for crits.
Yes. So, like,
I don't think any of them have damage penalties anymore, do they?
let me check. I think I thought the backburner did, but I think I'm wrong with that.
No, the backburner needs a damage penalty, like I've said before. But
yeah. Just
164. For one, that's not burst damage like most other stock primaries. That's damage you have to do over the span of a second, whereas a soldier can just pop one rocket at you and get off like what 112 damage in that range, which is crazy.
Let's test that.
Okay, so you'll want to fully heal yourself, obviously.
Yeah. So, like, if I just, like, if this is the range, like,
so yeah, like on the
110.
Yeah.
Ish.
Whereas that's instant. Whereas I would take a good second to get off like my damage on you.
Yeah. Yeah, that was. I could have killed you in that span.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like it's for that difference in how the Pyro deals damage alone that makes him so much worse against like Soldier and Demo.
No.
No.
Wait. Oh. Never expected this, now did you?
Oh, fuck.
Or you can get.
That.
Or that brings me on to my next thing. Random crits. Remove them. Period. I don't care if you're in a pub or anything. Remove those. I don't think you should be just like random things such as that should just be like, oh, you've got 1,000 billion damage.
Crits, like this kind of ties into the an idea I've wanted for casual for the longest is make an unranked casual and a ranked casual. So like the casual we have now with the levels of shit, that would be a ranked casual where you get rid of random crits, random spread, all that stupid shit. But then you can keep like class limits and then have an unranked casual, which is literally like no holds barred, do whatever the fuck you want. I think that alone would satisfy people.
Yeah.
Because there are a sizable amount of people who do enjoy random crits, and let's be honest, random critting with a pan is something you don't want to get rid of.
No, like, just going around just getting like 16,000 crits. I think if you go onto like Terra Walkway and go medic or something like that, and just ubersaw everything, it's quite fun. So things like that are pretty easy. Like I experienced Pyro can always just kind of out DPS a soldier. So
yeah, so it is quite interesting how even though like you'd think the air blast is designed to make Pyro like a hard counter to soldier and demo, but both of them have so much shit that just invalidates that. Like demo fires way too fast for Pyro to keep up. And, has two different projectiles to play with. He can juggle you with stickies, harass you with pipes.
Bait you with a pan.
Yeah, Soldier can rocket jump around and all. Like, the fact that Soldiers... Like, if Soldier didn't have rocket jumping, then yeah, I think Pyro would hard counter him a lot easier.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
that's
but like,
ignoring the shotgun. But like rocket jumping alone makes it so much more difficult to not only air blast but to also hit the soldier with it. Because it's one thing to reflect, but if you don't hit the soldier with that reflect, then that's just like a waste of ammo, basically.
yeah, as I demonstrated against that little thing with Minty there, just like, where are you? Come mid.
I'm behind you.
Yeah.
Because like what a lot of
yeah.
demos do against me is they'll lay stickies in front of them, not at me, and then start harassing me with pipes. Because then that means I have to air blast the pipe, but I can't approach because you'll detonate the stickies.
Yeah.
Obviously, if I try and like air blast the stickies, you'll just pipe me.
Yeah. Which like in that case, I think air blasting stickies is almost like one of the most worthless things you can do as Pyro, unless they're like holding like a choke point, for example, or not choke
So I'm
point.
glad like stuff like the Scorch Shot exists.
Oi, over here. Yeah, like that wouldn't have hit me. So like if I like have traps over here,
Yeah,
that's like the only.
detonation means they'll detonate before they even get back to you.
Yeah.
And, like, it's interesting that stickies have the unique trait of not, because like every projectile that gets reflected, except for stickies, like the owner converts to the Pyro when they reflect. Like, you know, the pill turned blue.
Yeah.
But the sticky
Ow.
doesn't.
Yeah,
Because, you
so-
know, otherwise the sticky would hurt allies. I think it's the only one that doesn't.
Wouldn't the pill hurt allies too? Since like it.
Yeah, the pill hurts allies.
Yeah. But like
Literally every reflected projectile except for stickies hurts allies as well as the original firearm.
which is really funny if I do have to. Which
If I reflect sentry rockets into a poor medic.
that reminds me. I have a clip of it. I think I'll put it on here. But it's like, can I give myself crits? Like I was playing Pyro, and there was a random crit sticky,
Yeah.
and like I think I was playing Soldier. No, I was playing Pyro, and I air blasted the sticky into my medic, which that was fun. Yeah, it also goes with Soldier too. Like you can shoot stickies as Soldier, but like it won't do much. It'll just like move them back a bit. And like I can always just detonate them as soon as they like.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. Ooh. Oh.
Yeah. So that's why I think the sticky should follow every other trait with like if you air blast them, they should be turned to your side.
Maybe not stick. Maybe like if a sticky's air blasted in midair, then change it blue. But like if it's laid down, keep it red like that. I don't know. Maybe something.
Maybe like 1 second. Move. I'm gonna get that. So maybe like you know how stickies have an arm time. Maybe if you air blast it before it's armed, it turns to blue.
No, that could work too.
Like so like if I'm just spamming them at you. Yeah. And like I couldn't det those or something like that,
Yeah.
or maybe they'll just like det after a certain amount of time or something like that.
Yeah.
But
Like,
like
it's
with
clear they designed Pyro to be able to not hard counter, but at least be toe to toe with the projectile classes. But as it stands, it's just not.
yeah, like even if I just roll this up to you, and if I just stand on it, that's a mini crit, I think.
60 damage.
Yeah, 60 damage with if I just hit you with that rolling up. That is like the same amount of damage, but like the Pyro has to put in so much more effort than the demo to just pull off that damage. Unless you're bad at the game, like me.
Speaking of effort, the usual point of contention that WM1 makes Pyro 2 easy. That might be the case for, you know, new players in casual, but again, that kind of defeats itself. It's casual where bad players are WM1ing against other bad players, and how often do you see like a pocketed demo or soldier die to a WM1 Pyro?
Not often.
Unless it's the kind of soldier that's bad and needs a pocket medic. But like, if you put Banny against Jose Gonzalez as a Pyro.
Why is it always Jose Gonzalez?
It just because he's my free-to-play like caricature.
Alright, but like if it's just a W and 1 war against Pyros, it's just
yeah. Now, you know, there's that whole point. Oh, you might as well just WM1 against them. See, it's that kind of mindset that. Again, I've always said this, like, it's like Sniper against a Scorch Shot Pyro. Predictability is your biggest fucking killer. Sure, you could just WM1 against the Pyro. That might be the simplest way to kill him, but you're limiting your options by thinking that's the only way.
Here's the thing about Sniper versus Pyro. With the last night we MG'd with, and you had the Dragon's Fury and I had the Danger Shield. That
just stand still.
Whoops.
Okay, let me go Dragon's Fury then.
Yeah. Like, it's stupid the amount of hits it takes. Like, I like the new Danger Shield, but it's such a crutch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, it would have taken 8 hits to kill me there.
That's just...
Yeah.
That's just... And if you're like... For one thing, you shouldn't even be letting a Pyro get that close to pull that off anyway.
Here's the thing, like, in this situation, yeah, like, I could easily kill you if I'm good at the game.
Exactly.
Like, if we're going off, like, both people are the same skill level, I like things like that. Like, that's not okay.
I'd say we do, considering our MGs were pretty fair. I think. I mean, the Pyro one was what, 20 to 15, I think.
I think it was 20.
Like,
yeah.
Say you're there, and let's do the whole Scorch Shot thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously I'm trying. Fucking quickscoped me. That totally completely ruins your.
Yeah, like
If you weren't wearing your Darwin's Danger Shield, you probably still would have owned me there.
Yeah, because people forget that you don't always have to headshot.
Because anyone who's a sniper main that
you can always just do this.
Shot, that too, and just think for a second. Why it's not a flaw that the Scorch Shot is harassing you, because it's a projectile that, for all intents and purposes, compared to your hit scan, is slowly moving. Like if I shoot you from here, you have plenty of time to WASD out of it.
Or you could shoot first.
Of course, yeah. You know, it's worth taking the flare to just kill the Pyro, because it's not going to kill you.
Yeah, it's only. I think the flare does like. The flare does like 20 damage, like that. It's like.
A direct hit with that mini crit. Let's see how much it does. 10 damage.
Ish. Mine.
Well, yeah, so 20 because obviously the Danger Shield.
Yeah. Like in this case, I'm being scorch shotted. I can just use angles like that because like the scorch shot, it has a very high, like around, like you can hit someone if I'm standing over here. I think you can hit the wall right beside me, and I don't know. Will that light me on fire? I don't know. Like.
Yeah. Splash radius of 112 hammer units, which is about 30 or so less than a rocket or sticky.
Yeah.
So like, stand still. Let me see. Let me try. All right. So stand. I'll try about there. Okay. No.
That hit me.
So about there.
Yeah.
So I can see why people at face value would say that that's like, oh, no skill. But considering people are always going to be moving and jumping, and factors like that do affect splash quite a lot.
Because people use Pyro as like
he's the archetypal like
overpowered thing. It's like,
yeah.
But all the tests are done on things like are on people standing still. But when it comes to like something like that.
Yeah.
Like, even if you were W1 me, that goes back into what I was saying, but the flame particles color.
I'll go stock flamethrower and try to just fucking WM1 you. Let's just see how great that fucking turns out.
It's probably gonna turn out well because I'm trash at aiming. Yeah, I can just run around a corner and just...
I didn't see, I only hit you at the end of that.
Yeah, and...
me running after you. Come on, guys.
Here's the thing, like, if you're running at me in a straight line, right?
Exactly, my movement is so shit,
yeah.
so I'm basically a free kill.
Like you.
This is why I don't get why people say that a free-to-play can W1 as Pyro without any effort. Okay, the W1 might not take that much effort, but their movement is piss poor, and if you can't counter bad movement, come the fuck on.
Like here's the thing, like just
if I start doing this when I'm trying to get towards you, of course now I'm gonna start getting you because I'm crouching and strafing.
random crits. Oh.
No.
Fight.
Oh, come the fuck on. Of course your hammer beats my hammer.
Ooh. But here, like it goes back into what I said about the flame particles color. Like if you're just dummy warming me, right?
Yeah.
Like I can't see through it, honestly. Like, whoa.
Surprise!
You missed though.
Crap.
I was walking backwards in a straight line.
I know, my crosshair was on you. I don't.
Blame bullet spread. That's what I do.
It's sad because I'm usually good. I'm not that bad with the revolver.
This is a discussion for another time, but like.
Yeah. Back to Pyro.
Yeah.
So what's another? So we talked about like the particles.
The damage particles, things like that. I hear mostly people talking about Pyro's health, which is really weird. Like.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
go Pyro or something like that.
Yeah, 175 health. I mean, that's nothing special.
It's
really nothing special.
It is kind of special because most classes have 125 and.
Well,
like,
yeah, like Pyro is sort of like he's with Demo Man as like a heavy light class, not a heavy light class, like
heavy
just
light,
a mid class basically.
Yeah. Like it. Like from this distance, 1, 2. I said 3. Yeah, that take 4 shots to kill you, which
yeah, or
are
if
not.
you were at point blank, it would take 3.
Yeah.
It was 60 damage. Ow.
Like for some reason, people talk about his health being too like, oh, because I headshot him, he should die. It's like, no.
So should we just make every class have like light class health?
Make the heavy just die in 1 headshot. That seems fine to me.
What's the point of playing heavy if you only had 200 health?
And here's the thing, like just playing, if I go sniper, like, I think it takes like a second of charging to do enough damage to one hit the pyro. So, like, let's test that out actually. So like, if you stand still, like, I'll just there. That one hits.
Yeah, that was like a second. If you can't wait because and like, okay, now let's try that, but like with me shooting the scorch shot at you.
Okay. A lot of people are talking about long range pyro versus sniper, which is kind of weird. Like,
if you're letting a pyro out snipe you, I'm sorry, but get good.
Yeah, go to the cliff there. So like, in this distance, I can easily just.
You have a good second to move away.
Yeah, and even if it does hit me, I have health over here.
Yeah, and the only reason that splash hit you is because you ran to a corner.
That was not a headshot, apparently.
And see, I'm not getting anything done right now, so obviously I'm going to try and close the gap.
Yeah.
And if I do that, well, he can just keep fucking no-scoping me.
Yeah. For 50 damage each time. Which builds up very quickly, which is, like, that's 4 body shots to kill.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Like, in this distance, I can just, like in this, I can just hold this corner with a headshot ready. And if you know where head level is for each of the classes, where you should, since Pyro links.
That's why I don't bother playing sniper in this game, because there's all different head levels for all different fucking classes, and it's just too much for me to handle.
Yeah, in that case, he barely killed me there, since I went for a million.
And I got 60, and I only live with 60 health, which against the sniper at that range isn't very good.
Yeah, in the 60 health will leave you out to get killed by numerous things.
Yeah. Just 100 health is a danger zone, let's say.
Yeah. That's why I hate the beginner, but.
Oh, beginner.
So, like Pyro, I think Pyro should win, like, like, almost every close range, honestly. Against, except against, like, heavy and things like that, because, you know, heavy is supposed to be the...
Because, like, the misconception about heavy is that, yes, he has the highest raw DPS at close range, but he's not meant to be, like, a fighter. He's meant to be a tank.
Yeah.
Like,
Because...
his damage only comes into play at point blank, but
because in this...
you don't... But you don't want to actively be trying to get close to people as heavy. You want to be covering your team.
Like, in this
You know,
case...
you want to be soaking up the damage. Yeah, in that case, you just fucking... No, you live with half your health. That's fine. That's more than enough.
And I should, like, as heavy,
you either have a medic or just go and get health. It's
yeah.
not that hard.
Or, you know, use his secondary weapon.
Because a class like Pyro, like, there's like two groups of classes I typically think of. There's DM classes. No,
Like Scout.
There's DM classes, and then there's group classes. Soldier and Demo are good against groups because of Splash, but
Yeah.
Scout and Pyro, their best moments are in 1v1 fights.
Yeah.
Like Pyro's effective ability really weakens, like, the more people he's up against. Like a heavy and medic, he's got no chance.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you've got a chance against a heavy if he's not spun up, but that's because, yeah, that's against any class against heavy. If he's not spun up and you get the jump on him, he's
Yeah,
probably gonna die.
that's one of the main like, a lot
I just hate that's usually brought up to say why Pyro is overpowered against heavy, even though heavy is Pyro's counter, for God's sake. Come on, guys.
like, the thing is that, like, almost every class has a weakness built into the weapon.
Yeah. How?
Like, for example,
Scout, he's weak. He's like, yeah, he's fast and shit, but he's a glass cannon. Soldier, what would you actually does Soldier even have a weakness?
Soldier has his own. He's weak against himself. Like, it takes health to do rocket jumps.
Yeah, true.
And like, his ammo is a
someone
huge part of the.
I'm a former Jump Academy teacher, so I know a thing or two about rocket jumping, and ever since going to stock purist except for escape plan, I haven't gone back to the gunboats in months because the health management of doing conservative rocket jumps while also using the shotgun is a really good teacher, frankly.
Yeah, like, Soldier's main weakness is built into his gun with the lack of ammo and the health it takes to do rocket jumps. So, Pyro's main weakness, like, it's just like, he's outclassed at range.
Same as Scout, like,
Oh.
his scattergun can do crazy damage and it has the highest range, but its fall off is like crazy. You think in mid range, like say from one rock, from on the viaduct rocks, if we both stood on one, if I shot you, I'd probably only get what, 30 damage?
Let's find out. Yeah, that's pretty close, honestly. I think more.
I think the fall off is roughly the same with the shotgun. So if I just get to the other rock. Oh.
Close.
Okay,
like,
so if I just, well then random spread, 14. So
and
on
with a
fixed
rocket,
spread,
that's 69.
On fixed spread, I would judge that would roughly be around 30. I suck at air shots. I
Use
don't
that
try to
infinite
go
ammo
for it.
you gave yourself. I picked up your rocket launcher and I have infinite ammo now.
Oh.
Well, somewhat. I just have like a really big
Well,
clip.
I'm on salt. Anyway, back to Pyro. But yeah, like you said, Pyro's biggest weakness is Pyro. The thing is, Pyro's weakness is like range, obviously, because flamethrower,
Yeah.
and speed, because yes, he has the power jack or the detonator or the stuff, but compared to other classes like Soldier and Demo, Pyro's mobility comes at a great cost. He has to give up his DPS to make use of it.
Like,
If you're thrusting, you've got no weapon. If you've got the power jack out, you're more vulnerable.
yeah, and the bullet resistant, like, I see so
Yeah,
many
yeah.
Pyros, like, forget that, like, there's bullet resistance on the power jack, or not resistance, vulnerability.
Just vulnerability, yeah.
Yeah, like,
And like,
if
whereas
you have that
Soldier
out,
and Soldier, for example, yeah, he takes a bit of health to rocket jump, but he can still attack you while in midair.
like, if I have
so-
you right here at point blank, that
Yeah.
does a crap ton of damage.
So like, if I'm running around like this, what am I supposed to do? Or if let's say I thrust over. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's some nice mobility, but The thruster makes you a sitting duck for an air shot or a headshot. Seriously, air shotting a thruster pyro is so easy because of the predictable path. Because you can't really strafe from a thruster jump.
No.
Unless you get like a peak jump, and you know, because I think if you do it right up, then I can't remember. I barely use the thruster anymore.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I only use it with
I
only use
for
it with the
shotgun.
background. Oh, 7.
Another thing people like to point out about Pyro is the air blast and how big the range is, i.e., or how you can hit people from behind using an air blast. What are your thoughts on that?
See, I get why it's annoying, but
Like, I don't think I should. I don't think I should be able to air blast too, if I would just do that.
I don't think you should be able to. That's true, but like, I feel like people are making that to be a lot more of an annoyance than it actually is. Like, if you stand right behind me, this will air blast you. But like, press S, like just tap S, so that you're not right behind me.
All right.
Just walk forward a little bit. Okay, so if I air blast you from there, that did nothing.
Yeah.
So you literally have to be right up against me and not moving. And how often is that going to happen? Why wouldn't the pyro just be looking at you and flaming you? You know, it's like, I feel like people make a much bigger thing out of these tiny things.
Which I will admit, they should be fixed.
It should be fixed, but it's not a massive problem. It's just it's just a little nuisance. It's not a game-breaking. Seriously.
However, before, like, I think there was a glitch where you could, especially with the back burner, where if you flame someone and then look behind you, that crits.
Yeah.
That's game breaking.
Yeah. That's game breaking, but they fixed that at Smithmas. For some reason, people still ask why it's there, even though it was fixed at Smithmas. I don't know why. So like, I don't know, stand like. Okay, so stand still. I'll.
Yeah, it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I had to be turned around. Just melt me.
Yeah.
You have a. I know that you have a little thing. I think against the back burner.
Oh my
Could you explain
God.
why?
I mean, I have such a love-hate thing with it. Because let me kill you again, real quick, just so you can see how many kills I have. I'm at your spawn.
Oh.
Just so you can see how many kills I have on this thing, just to put across that I do have experience with the thing.
It doesn't show up for me. I have to press F on you, I think.
Okay, 10,611.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So, yeah, I have experience with this fucking... Really. And the idea of critting from behind, I don't think is a problem, because all it really does is punishes unaware players, because any typical Sixes player will be like, okay, where are you? Stay. So this is basically the repertoire of a typical comp player. Like, will always be spinning around, looking for people, checking blind spots, looking for people.
Yeah.
And that's gonna make the back burner shit. Seriously.
Like,
the instant you know that the back burner pyro is there. But the thing is, all it does is punish people for not knowing you're there. But how is that your fault? You know, if you successfully flanked, you deserve the kill.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I enjoy the backscatter, even if it's a bit underwhelming.
I hate the back here, honestly. Like, that didn't do crits apparently. Like from this distance, like if you're like a sniper or something like that, I should be able to melt you like that.
Yeah. Hell, even heavy.
Yeah. Maybe not
Speaking of
heavy.
you know, speaking of heavy, you know what funny thing is? Heavy's max DPS by 40 is still higher than flog crits.
Yeah.
That's scary to actually think about, and that heavy can easily pull that off at point blank.
Yeah.
So you know. No. So do I just hate that the back burner doesn't punish you enough for WM1ing from the front.
Yeah, like.
Because if I just do this, it's no different to if I did it with stop.
Yeah.
And I have so many people tell me that, well, you have 4 less air blasts, which makes it worse against soldiers and demos and, you know, juggling people. And that's fair enough, I guess, but in a typical fight against a soldier, if you know how to air blast, and then that's 100 ammo for you, because unlike health, ammo is everywhere.
Yeah. Well, on some maps. If
on
you're playing
some
a good
maps,
map.
but, you know, everyone drops ammo. You're probably gonna have a dispenser somewhere.
Yeah.
So it's just.
Ooh,
I don't
nice
think
kill
the air
shot.
blast is enough of a nerf. Like I said, give it a flat damage penalty because that would make this weaker, but the crits from behind would still be fucking lethal.
Yeah.
You know, it might take maybe a fraction of a second to kill, but that's so what? You know, the crits wouldn't be affected. It's as simple as that. Like, I hate that people want to give it like a damage vulnerability on that. It's like all these really like needless nerfs when a flat damage penalty would be easy and simple.
Yeah, because like as medic, if I'm like, oh, we're pushing up and you flank successfully flank behind me, I should be just melted from that. I think that's fair. It's like, especially in sixes, it's really hard, or in Highlander, I mean, it's really hard to like flank behind someone because there are 9 players to look out for.
9 players, and like at least three of them are going to be dedicated to watching the flank.
Yeah.
So
Especially
to
the
even
entry.
get behind them, you have to take them out. So if you take them out, they'll just say Pyro flank, or
Yeah.
whatever the call out is, and they'll know you're coming. So flanking in like Highlander and Cities, it relies a lot less on not actually being found out and just having the ability to fight to the end, basically. Because yes, you can flank, but you seldom.
So many other classes are better than the Pyro at flanking,
Yeah.
even with the back burner. Like the Scout, like,
Yeah.
like if I just stay at your spawn here.
Scout, faster and has double jumps.
Yeah, I could just delete you.
Yeah, plus you can keep out of my range and pick me up with a few like shots. Anyway, Scout counters Pyro. Scout, okay, well, I won't say hard counters Pyro, but Scout is the fucking strongest DN class in the game. Seriously.
Yeah.
Soldier, out damages, outspeeds, outranges. Demo, outspeeds, out damages, outranges. Heavy, out
Tell what?
out health. I'm trying to. Okay, has nearly double the health and triple the DPS. Seriously, Pyro is, in many ways, Pyro is just literally looks like a thin heavy when you think about it.
Now, I don't think Pyro should be buffed necessarily. I think that's up for debate here.
Yeah, like I don't think Pyro needs buffs because I really like the state Pyro is in right now, and that's relative to looking at history. Because the thing is, the reason I think a lot of people still aren't satisfied is because the community is used to 10 years of mediocrity, 10 years of a shit Pyro, when he didn't have Air Blast, when Flame Mojo and latency and shit made W running so unreliable that Puff and Sting basically became the main way to play Pyro if you wanted to take it seriously. And I'm so to Puff and Sting. Why do people call Puff and Sting no skill? I get
people
kinda
do
why
that?
because of the air. They used like pre-Jungle Inferno mainly. Because I get why mainly because the Air Blast was a stun lock, but like Reserve Shooter for example, it's hit scan. Hit scan takes skill. That's objective.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm someone who argues that the old Reserve Shooter, while it did need some turning down, I don't think it was as OP to be. Like, I'm a shotgun purist for Pyro, and
As you should be.
yeah, and I mean, okay, puff someone up with the Air Blast and then Reserve shoot them. I can see why people might think that's overpowered, but why is it any surprise that the close range class, who should be the strongest in close range, again, except for maybe heavy, would have a strong close range option? Like the Extinguisher, for example.
Yeah. Whoops.
I'm not going to say that the Fire Axe Speed Extinguisher was good, or like was not overpowered, because having a 195 crit at the speed of the Fire Axe, but even faster with a degree set, that was crazy.
And I don't
bring back the 195 crit, but with the slow stats of today, because that would make it a lot higher risk.
Yeah, I don't think you should be able to like, as Pyro, like with the Extinguisher, I don't think you should be able to like, even at like close range like this, I don't think you should be walk up to a heavy, pull out your melee, dead. I think that that would have killed you.
I mean, even against heavy, the old Extinguisher was shit because he has too much fucking health, the fat bastard.
That was I think in that case, like what I just did there, I airblast you into a corner, and I like
the lingering particles floated up. So
I don't think the particles should linger, honestly.
It's just one thing to consider, even with the the factor that you can only be ticked 12 times a second still applies no matter what. So, no matter what, you will not take more than 156 damage per second from one particle or multiple. So, like, I still don't get where this whole idea of one particle always deals full damage is coming from, because from this range, the damage fall off of particles is really fast. 13 down to 6.5, and like the end of the stream does like 80 or so DPS compared to the 156, so it's nearly half.
Yeah.
So, in fact, no, it literally is half. 13 down to 6.5, yeah. So this is like 100%. That's 13 damage, but like if I do it from right here, they're doing like 7 damage. Obviously, it's going to say not say 6.5 because damage numbers don't do like decimals.
Yeah. Like I saw like that most people use the they talk about my one taps video from ages ago about like how Pyro's broken.
Look over there. That was one click.
Why is that one click?
The first flame particle can interact with the same player multiple times. I think I figured it out. Are you standing there, Chico? So you can see how ridiculous this is.
I'm dead. Oh my god.
What
My
the
health
fuck?
bar just
Yeah.
destroyed.
Why?
I want to turn. I want to turn.
And like if I'm sitting like right here, yeah, if like above me, and you just flame once at this angle, I think. How was it? Was it like right here? I think if you're just like on higher incline.
Stand right on top. It's like I don't think it even has to just be like hold on. That ticked you twice.
Yeah.
But even if it's okay, even just stand in the corner as well. So like if you stand in the corner.
Yeah, that's about how it went.
That ticked you all 6 times that a particle can.
Yeah. I mean, I am playing
Whereas
Pyro,
if I
so
stand
like
on
the.
top of you, okay, so if I stand on top
Wait,
of
let me
you,
get health.
stand still, you.
Okay.
That ticks you about 3 times.
Yeah.
Now, again, at face value, I see why people think it's a problem, but the conditions to pull that off that powerfully, we had to be standing still.
Yeah, like.
That's not gonna happen.
And
in a
what-
casual- the only way to reliably make someone get ticked more than once in a casual game or just a moving around game is to air blast them into the particles, and I like that because that is a higher skill thing to do.
It's like if I just like kind of. Like. Yeah, that.
But I don't get what's no skill about, because that's me using them to the advantage, because you can't just do it anyway. You have to be able to air blast them at a specific range so that they stay colliding. You know, the timing is pretty precise.
I think you did it there. I have.
Half health.
Yeah. 88.
No, I'm thirsty. So I get why at face value, but then again, this community's infamous for, you know, making opinions at face value and not actually analyzing shit. Like seriously, guys, I love this game, I love this community, but this, again, I really feel like the TF2 community has such a fucking image problem. Like Xenomite in his latest video said about how this massive stigma towards tryharding because, oh yeah, we should hate being good at the game or trying to get better.
I'll probably leave a link in. If you haven't watched that video, I suggest you do watch it.
Yeah, why Pyro isn't OP and why you should get better. Yes, it's in the typical Xenomite fashion of people who have crybaby opinions. That's kind of like me, but a lot. But I try to be more professional about it. But at the end of the day, it was a great video.
Yeah.
And it's not so much about how he's saying it, it's just what he's saying. So don't get emotionally invested because that doesn't matter.
It's a video game. It's not gonna change your life if Pyro can
Like one thing he said.
do that.
The game isn't designed to always be like fun. And this brings me on to one point I hate. Oh, the whole criticism of unfun to fight. Just applying to most things that people complain about. Dying and taking damage aren't supposed to be fun. The fun should be coming from beating an enemy, not being beaten by them. You know, me dying like that'll make me evaluate and think what I could do next time, sure, and that can kind of be enjoying, but I'm not supposed to enjoy dying. You know, this is a game where you want to win. Yeah. And I said this in an old ass video actually. Balance takes precedence over fun. Obviously, I want the game to be fun, but the more balanced it is, the less issues you're going to deal with. So, by extension, the more fun it's going to be. And even then, I don't think the game should be... If we take balanced in the literal definition, I don't think the game should be perfectly balanced, because then everything's just going to be the same, everything's going to be predictable status quo. I like that there's unpredictability with all these different weapons.
Here's the thing. Let me pull out the secret spy weapon. Like,
Okay.
haha. So like, I believe no weapons should be banned. Like, I think
But that is the
This
weapon I
thing.
will say is the most
This thing.
breaking so far.
yeah, it's stupid. Like,
In terms of OP weapons, there is less. To me, there is less OP weapons than I have fingers on one hand. All that comes to mind is pocket pistol, Wrangler, Diamondback, and Backburner. That's all.
because like,
TF2's balance is a lot better than people give it credit for. Seriously, despite what the memes say.
like, I don't think I should be rewarded for, like, let's say you're just like some new pyro. Like, I shouldn't be
Yeah, like,
rewarded
it's
just
that,
like,
it's that demonstration Woolen gave, yeah.
yeah. Let's say you're a prem. Let's say you're
Backstabber made
sketchek.
it there.
Yeah, let's say you're sketchek or something like that. Can I bot? Can I add a bot? No. Let's say you're sketchek or something stupid like that. And like, I have like 2 crits. Let me just. And I have like 2
If you do
crits.
that,
So like,
you
let's
should be able to just easily pick up, because
like
it completely changes the dynamic of a revolver.
I could just stick at spawn, and like
Yeah.
backstab 2 people, and like, let's say you're here, I can just, if I'm good at the game, I could just like deleted
Yeah.
you, like that. Ooh.
Say you got 3 crits, you can delete a fucking heavy. That's
Yeah.
just-
With like things like the
Completely.
ambassador. Let me.
It completely changes the dynamic of the revolvers, because the revolvers are supposed to be spies' backup. Like, I know I have my own irks with the ambassador, but at least the ambassador takes skill and is very specific in how it changes from a backup to a damage dealer.
Like the ambassador, like I think for the ambassador, you're trading consistent damage for higher burst.
For pick damage.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like sniper. Yes, you can try no scope at close range if you want to.
Go
but it
sniper
does-
real quick.
Okay.
Like in this instance, like I feel like I should be able to do a 102, but I have to headshot you, I think 3 times. Yeah. In that case, you could just easily headshot me, or 2 headshots on 1 body shot. It's like that, or if this was pre-nerf, I could have killed you there. 1 headshot, 1 body shot, or I think 2 body shots maybe from that distance.
Or 1 headshot, 1 butter fucking knife.
Yeah, the burn knife is a legit strat. Like or I like to burn knife them first sometimes, and just headshot them later.
Yeah.
In that case, like people say, in that case the ambassador is still good, but like revolvers would be easier. I'm not gonna rant about that anymore. I've already made what I think I've made like I think I made like an entire like 12-page essay about it, so
Yeah.
I'm good.
Still, I'm not sure what else to really say about Pyro now.
We covered the air blast, the particles.
Air blast, particles, WM1 stigma, and shit like that.
Yeah.
How Pyro really is the weakest fine class in a lot of aspects.
Woo!
Nice.
But like
There's not a lot to really say. I mean, Phlogistonator is only good in casual because bad players. Otherwise, it's a shit weapon. Degreaser, I don't think it's not overpowered at all. It just overshadows the stock because the switch speed is such a universally great upside.
yeah.
Like, it overshadows stock more than the score. Anything else.
Like on the mid.
Crazy. Okay. Backburner, like I've already said, I think that's the one I'll straight say needs a nerf.
Yeah.
Dragon's Fury.
I think I can hit you from here. Yeah.
Yeah, roughly.
Let's see. This is about the range. I don't think this is okay. In my case, I don't think you should be able to just delete someone from that range. I think that from
I'm kind of conflicted because it does extend the range a bit, sure.
like from this here, I think this is okay. From here, I should be able to just do
I
that.
get why, because like it does extend the range a bit, but like unlike other projectiles, you know, it has a set travel distance, then it completely dissipates. You know, there's no splash or roller that you can get a bit of extra. You don't get the hit. If it's either you hit and get it, or you miss, and it's basically literally just a primary Widowmaker.
You tried to. Okay.
It's literally just a Widowmaker for Pyro, but you know, more damage rather than metal.
Yeah.
And I don't think the damage output is necessarily the problem, because I saw a direct comparison on YouTube. Someone who WM1'd a heavy with stock and with the Dragon's Fury, it only killed the heavy from 300 health, like fraction of a second faster, like 0.1, 0.2.
Yeah.
So, and it still does less damage than the rocket launcher and grenade launcher, respectively. So, those weapons are still better than it. And like I said last night, I think if this was Pyro's stock weapon from the start, people wouldn't complain, because you know, semi-auto. This fits TF2's philosophy more. It's just, you know, it's Pyro.
Just like, let's see how quickly it takes. I'll add like a little timer on screen.
I think it takes 4 shots to kill a heavy.
Yeah, what's better?
Again, if you're not spun up, okay, but if you are, you destroy me.
Yeah, in this case.
Hold on. 3, 2, 1.
Instant.
I didn't even get a second fucking shot.
Yeah, like that's okay in my like, but however I'm not revved up, yeah, come out.
However,
yeah.
I see people complain if you do this, you know, like, do this to the heavy.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why are you bitching at the Pyro for using the map to advantage?
Yeah, as like, for example, Sniper does like the same thing. Like.
Yeah, Soldier does the same thing. Stickies do the same thing. It's called using the map and corners to your.
Like, as I've pointed out, like if you're like chasing me or something like that, where you, you're at cliff, I think, maybe you're concrete. Oh yeah, like over here, like from here, like I can just easily just use like corners to my advantage.
Because like again, you're the same walking
And
speed
then-
as I am. Whoa, you son of a bitch! Well.
But in that case, like I would have killed you if I didn't meme there.
Yeah. Now I get why it's banned in 6s. I don't even for the damage output, but it's because, like flame particles, the hitbox is too forgivingly big. I will say that.
Yeah.
Like it needs to be shortened. So again, it's big enough to attack from like right behind like the air blast.
Yeah,
Obviously.
yeah.
I still don't see that as a big problem, because it's not gonna fucking happen unless you're just somehow doing this in casual.
Here's the thing: if I go like as spy, like I've been caught out by the Dragon's Fury, like especially with the Spicicle, right? Like the Spicicle's main downside is like, oh, if you get flamed by Pyro, you can't use it. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
For a good while, but like, ow, like if I go get ammo, like I said, if I could get ammo, yeah, like don't look at me, and like just flame. I said look away, fatty, but
I thought you said don't look at me.
yeah, don't look at me. You weren't looking at me.
Okay,
So let me get ammo. So like just look like over there, like you're fighting like a soldier or something like that, and I come up to like backstab you.
right.
Hit it. I'm not allowed to do that now. I don't think that's fair at all.
Yeah. Again, reducing the hitbox size alone would basically get rid of that, because the only reason it attacks from behind is because the hitbox is so big, and it comes from the Pyro's head. Because, you know, all bullets, all projectiles come from, like, I'm pretty
The
sure,
head.
like, yeah.
You shoot bullets out of your
or
face.
or at least the shoulder, considering, you know, rockets.
Yeah,
and
actually
pillars
just,
and the like.
yeah, just, let me see here. Don't, like, just shoot to the side here. Yeah, they come out of your face, so.
Yeah, and like, if I did TF debug flamethrower with stock,
Yeah.
the particles would come out of my face, the actual nozzle. So.
If you guys don't know, I think there's a command where you could see the flamethrower size, like TF flamethrower box size.
That or TF debug flamethrower.
Are you allowed to set the server to SD cheats?
No.
Oh,
So
right.
that's not something we're able to.
So like, I think that 12 is entirely too big.
Yeah. I'm not
It's
sure what the size is for the Dragon's Fury. I'll have to check that.
I think it's still 12. It's just
Nah, it's bigger on the Dragon's Fury.
maybe it's like a billion or something like that, because Like,
It's not. It's probably not bigger by much, considering 12 for the normal ones are still big. But it, like,
Ow.
stand still. Let's say if I aim there, that's not gonna hit. Okay. But if I aim like sort of here,
that
that
hits.
hits. And I mean, I still don't consider that no aim because that's still aim. That's like leading, for example, or aiming close to you.
Yeah, if I go to Pyro, do I have current here? Yep. Like,
That kind of reminds me of another thing, like, think stuff like WM1 and that, like, not taking as much aim, for example. I think that's kind of for a reason. Like, Pyro isn't designed to be a perfect aim class because it compensates for his other weaknesses. You know, he's the least mobile frontline class. He's the weakest he's got the weakest damage output of them, so it's kind of like Winston from Overwatch, where his Tesla gun is basically like a free aimbot, but it does shit damage, and you know, he has shit speed, occasionally can jump around.
here's the thing. I'm not aiming anywhere near you. I'm aiming at the stairs right now. Still hit you. I don't think that's okay at all.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like it should be a lightning gun. Just, you should be rewarded for keeping your crosshair on them.
Yeah. By no means game breaking, but because the Dragon's Fury has so many counters.
Yeah.
Well, alright, try air blasting and then firing.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, because of the shared repressurization, and that's no firing for a straight nearly 2 seconds.
Yeah, let's find out.
That's
1,
enough for Soldier
2,
to fire 2 rockets.
almost 3 seconds actually.
1.6 seconds.
Is it?
I
Really?
remember. Yeah, 1.6 second air blasting, literally double from stock. And Soldier fires 1 rocket every 0.8 seconds, so he can fire basically 2 rockets at you for free.
Yeah, like go soldier, like just go into your spawn, then change soldier. If I try to air blast something, sure I might be able to air blast it. Go. But then from there I'm completely left open. I have to close the gap between you, and if you're good at the game as a soldier, and like you should be able to kill Pyro. Yeah, ouch. Ouchie watchies.
That's because I was playing kind of passive.
Yeah. In this case, like, I'm completely left open for a good 10 million eons. Like, I can't do anything till the heat death of the universe, and then you're able to kill me.
So that really bad crippled air blast makes it so much worse against Soldier and Demo, and just in general because you can't push people back up. You can't like mess with people like movements as much as you could with stock or even the backburner because you at least have a fast air blast. And what's my gig with it? Because it's projectile rather than flames. You know, you do swap to precise aiming rather than sweeping around, and if you're used to Pyro, that can be a bit of an adjustment. Going grenade launcher Demo to loose cannon Demo, it's a completely different way of fighting.
Yeah. Like,
I think one thing I recall saying is it demands the use. It almost demands the use of a utility secondary rather than a damage one, like because
if you
like pulling out your shotgun at that range, it basically you're wasting the chance to pull off those consecutive that damage with the Dragon's Fury.
let me SM Adam here in a sec. Let me give us enchanted. Oh, well, I can only do it to myself, but like set yourself to 1,000. We'll just kind of fight from here. Like there's height advantage everywhere, things like that. Like if a soldier has height advantage and you don't, I don't think a Pyro should win this situation because I have to get a direct hit on you, which will happen very uncommonly.
You know, my ping meter's just.
Your ping's
Oh
fine.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and if I would have died there. Like,
Yeah.
I'm out of air blast. And here's the thing, if I'm out of air blast, you can easily just pursue me. Especially with like the shotgun and something like that. No. Yeah. I have
See,
about
that's
36
That's
health.
one thing I love about weapon juggling is that if you pull out your shotgun, you're gonna the Pyro is most likely to and then you can
Yeah.
back to it.
that's what the degrees are kind of like. Like polite
That's
shotgun.
that's another reason I love shotgun soldier so much. It's weapon juggling.
Yeah, in that case, I'm dead here. There's no. I'm basically dead. Yep. So. Whoa. Like if I go pyro here, come out spawn. Oh, there's a soldier there. Wait, my field miles are on. Oof, ouch, my bones. Like, even in like a close space situation. Even if you switch there, I think that's a fair fight for a pyro to win there. Because I skillfully reflected a rocket, and you were backed into a corner.
At that range, that rocket that could potentially do damage to you as well.
Yeah.
So there is that risk involved with close range air blast.
And that goes back to what I said about a soldier's weakness being built into his weapon.
Yeah.
Right? Like case in point there. You get demolished if you rocket jump too much.
Because I want to use the shotgun, I have to take a lot more health management into account. So I have to rocket jump a lot more conservatively, because even if I do the jump as best as I can with like a good crouch jump to minimize the damage, like I took 35 from that.
And
plus
like
plus I'd likely take full damage and whatever else. So that's like a good quarter of my health chipped off.
yeah, and then like as you're vulnerable looking for health, like someone like a pyro, for example, can just come up and just do something like that.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair fight for me to win. However, when it comes to like something like this, I should not be able to win that. I don't think I should be able to win that. Hey.
Oh.
Uh-oh. And like Pyro v Pyro situation, Air Blasting Dragon's Fury is incredibly hard, I'd say.
Yeah,
It's
really difficult. It's doable. It's just
like, and even if you do, that's like 60 damage or something like that, right?
yeah. It's easier against pyros who just spam it once they get the consecutive shots because that's predictable. But like, if you're like me, where I don't actually like to just spam it because I want to lead my shot first, so I can land it like that.
Yeah, I
You're
don't.
not gonna reflect that easy.
Yeah, there's no way. Like, I think you have to be like frame perfect or something like that to
It's
air blast that.
It's again. That's why I really don't think free-to-plays are as good as the Dragon's Fury as people try and claim. It's only because bad movements, but they go into that WM1 mentality where once I hit you like this,
Yeah.
they're just gonna keep holding it down, and track. They'll be playing as if they're trying to track you, not, you know.
Here's the thing. I don't think it's fair that like if I reflect it, it does like 60 damage, because even if I do reflect it, how am I gonna follow up on that?
Yeah.
Like maybe like that, but like even if I do reflect it, that's 60 damage. I could have done that damage just by like hitting you with like a couple flame particles. So I don't think air blasting Dragon's Fury is really worth it. Sure, to avoid the damage, but at like sometimes it can even just like there. That did 30 damage. That's terrible. Yeah. So.
So I mean, what if it still did the more damage per shot, but just didn't have a faster fire rate? Do you think that alone would make it better?
Yeah, I think the fire rate is kind of dumb because like.
Yeah, like I really don't see the damage output as a problem. I think it's only the fast firing rate that gives people that much irk.
Because like, I'm instantly dead.
Yeah. Okay, so now if I come.
Should I go pyro?
So.
Oh.
Okay, so obviously against Pyro, it's kind of there because. I don't know, maybe Pyro shouldn't be affected. Okay, go like heavy or something. So I don't have to. Okay, so let's try and like simulate it if it didn't have like the faster fire rate. So if I did this.
Like that's enough time to rev up and murder.
That's enough time to rev up. Yeah, but again, that's kind of like using the Compare this.
So like, yeah, do that again, and like, I can just reflect and just destroy you there.
Yeah, I think that alone would really get rid of basically all the problems people have, other than forgiving hitbox. Because that's, as much as I argue against Pyro being broken post-Jungle Inferno, hitbox sizes are something that really bother me.
I think
Because
people.
I do want Pyro's skill indexing to be higher.
I think
a
people will
lot of
complain, like if you do set like that, like almost anything can counter you if it's slow like that. But the way it is, almost like you can almost counter everything. Like if you have the jump on a heavy, which like I think that's fair. If you have a jump on a heavy,
Yeah.
you should win that. But like against like a scout who knows what he's doing, 2 shots dead. I think I'll die here. Nope. How about the new what's it called? The new afterburn changes. What do you think about those?
In some ways it's a buff, and in some ways it's... I do like that you don't just get a free 10 seconds now. I like that you more have to rely on your secondaries to apply guaranteed afterburn. Again, which is why I don't see why people have that problem with the scorch shot, because it's still piss easy to get rid of after. Is damage over time so scary of a concept that...
Yeah. Like I can just eat a sandwich and like you didn't even see me. Somehow.
Oh, fat bastard!
Like you should.
That was
that
was me using the map. How is that a problem?
Like again, like I think we've restated this like 10,000 different times. Like I think you should be able to rewarded for using the map to your advantage.
However, in regards to afterburn, I love that the healing debuff, even though the stats on that fixing. Let's just like forget the just the debuff itself. I love that the debuff has been applied to afterburn rather than when you're flaming someone, because it was so inconsistent before. But now it's just someone's on fire. Okay, they should take a quarter less healing. I love that.
I don't know, like. Oh, I got achievement. But like, I don't know about that.
Do you think the healing debuff's too like unnecessary?
Yeah, I think it's unnecessary, honestly, because like after you deal with the pyro, the afterburn is like part of him. Like that did 62 damage apparently. Like I think afterburn in itself, in the way it is right now, is perfect. Like if you're like on fire for like a good, I think Woolen made a idea about different like colors of afterburn that can be like. If
I get what he was going for, but like I don't want to make afterburn that neat.
Like I think it like maybe if you keep the maybe how about this, this is like I knew it just popped in my head. Maybe if you have like maybe if you're on fire for about, I don't know, 3 seconds from direct hit, that's when the healing debuff kicks in, or something like that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like instead of like you hit them like once with one particle, and they're just instantly like oh, I can't heal. I can't heal that, but it just takes a while.
The fucking DF is so hard to use on this. I know it's probably said my ping is really good on there, but on my side it's 6 because we're in Chicago, and the Dragon's Fury projectile is just a bitch for latency. Like, seriously. Like I'm aiming. I'm literally my crosshairs right on. That I saw that like fly through you, and it didn't touch you.
I have around. Let me check. I have around 80 ping. So. Oh god. I think the particle itself goes a bit further than the actual hitbox. I'm not quite sure about that, but I think it does.
I don't know about that. I just know that the particle is too big for my liking. Oh my.
One for my fish.
To be fair, I'm not even playing it seriously.
Yeah. But like, there goes all of my FPS. Like, Jesus Christ, what is with my FPS? Holy god. Okay, that's weird.
I've also seen a lot of people say that the Dragon's Fury has like had FPS breaking problems. I've never seen that. And I usually have awful FPS just because for some reason TF2 hates my rig.
TF2 hates every rig. Don't worry. But
Yeah,
like,
because
it's
badly optimized
yeah.
nowadays. But yeah, like what
I at launch, there used to be a bug where like if like 2 or 3 Dragon Fury Pyros are in like a circle at any part of the map, and they both fire each other at the same exact time, it would just drain FPS to like the single digits. That's how bad it was on like any rig, even like a processor going at like 1 billion gigahertz. Like that was not a headshot, apparently. That took way too many shots to kill me.
Exactly. Fucking danger shield piece of crutch.
Whether or not the danger shield is a crutch is irrelevant, because it is. It's the definition of a crutch.
Exactly.
It makes bad players good. It makes good players bad.
And it's literally a crutch against the class you're already the best at fighting.
Debatable.
Well, Sniper is like Pyro's hardest fucking counter, because like you said, Pyro's weak range. Well, who else does range better than the Sniper?
I don't know. Like, you could make a case for pre-nerf Ambi, but like, you know, like the Ambassador still had range to it. It still had a, like, it was a stupid amount of range, but like, at what point are you going to be shooting someone from across them, like 2-4 or something like that? Like, and even at that, I think TF2 has like some fog to it. So like, if you're far away from someone, or if you're far away, there's added fog. So if you hit that, you're either cheating or you're just incredibly lucky, because I don't think, like, from this distance, like in this, yeah, like Sniper v Pyro, I think Sniper should always win unless the Pyro has to jump on the Sniper, like by flanking him or something like that. But in a 1v1 situation, Pyro should win. Like,
Yeah,
Pyro should win at close range.
You know what happens if you flank the Sniper? WM1 faggot.
Yeah, like,
I don't like
I'm gonna die.
WM1 either, but that's just because it's such a beginner. It's a beginner thing to do, yeah, but that's also the reason why it's so bad. It's a beginner thing to do that's easy as fuck to counter, because it's literally the worst kind of movement you can do.
yeah, it's walking forward in a straight line. It's just, oh, how are you gonna counter this?
Yeah. And hold on, I get that people hate that this does like a lot of damage. That as well as this is all duck for any rocket right now.
Yeah. If I go soldier, ouch.
And the thing is, another reason why like it's like I was saying before, the reason why Pyro has like flames like this and not just a perfect hit scan kind of weapon or whatever, it's to compensate for the fact that he is the class that more than anyone else has to close the gap before getting any effectiveness.
Yeah.
I mean, even Heavy has decent damage at least mid-range.
Yeah, dude, like, start like just waving around, and like, I can easily deal with that. Easily.
Yeah.
Maybe not to like the extent that you're swinging around, like.
Right, so do it more like I was doing on the Heavy in my
Yeah.
So just more like a little spiral.
Whoops.
Yeah, if I start coming towards you doing this.
That didn't kill you, apparently? You had 11 health, okay.
11 health, you got caught on the slope of me.
Ah, alright.
So
Yeah,
still,
I think that's fair.
I came out with that fucking cripple.
Yeah, and if like just one bullet from across the map, like by like a shotgun or something, that would have killed you.
Like, what is there to talk about now then? 'Cause, I don't know. I think we covered most things about Pyro, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we covered most things about Pyro. We surprisingly agreed on mostly everything. So
Yeah.
I think that's a good place to end it there.
Right.
So you want to do a closer, since you're much better at those than mine.
Well, pleasure for talking. It's nice to talk to a spy main who doesn't like hate Pyro mains just because Pyro. hell, it's nice to talk to someone who doesn't hate Pyro and
Yeah.
is so respectful and isn't a British Brit and also a chap.
Wait, what?
Never mind. But yeah, thanks for having me, and great to talk about Pyro again. Is he 100% fixed? No, there's stuff.
No,
he's
not even
fixing.
close.
No one with sensible expectations thought Jungle Inferno would make Pyro perfect, honestly. But I would easily say he's still in the best state he's ever been in, compared relatively to pre-Jungle Inferno most of all.
I think before we close out, we should like take like kind of like a retrospect of like how Pyro has changed over the years. Like, and before, like in the first year the game was released, he was utter crap. Like, I think he was easily the worst class in the game. Maybe
These are the
Spy.
days when Pyro had no air blast. The flamethrower did a lot more damage back in the day, but the fall off was fucking awful. And the range was worse, I'm pretty sure, as well, actually.
Yeah.
It's a long fucking time ago. It's awful. The main thing I remember
10
is
years
no
ago.
air blast. Yeah.
Like, so
Then you look at shit like the original Backburner, which had plus 50 health.
that was dumb.
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, again, like I said before, 10 years of mediocrity. Now that Pyro is finally, I won't say on equal footing with the other classes in retrospect, but he has ways to fight the other classes nowadays.
Pyro's such a hard class to balance because he's
Yeah.
really unique to TF2. Like, what other game allows you to have a
So many
flamethrower
people-
that...
Yeah, so many people would rather he just be changed than
I pe-
rather than try and make.
There are people like that say like, oh, since Pyro is so broken, he might as well be removed. It's like, well, who would
saying get rid of the flamethrower for a hit scan or just remove Pyro is basically another way of saying I don't actually have an argument.
I think the hit scan argument should be instead just brought to the phlogistonator.
Yeah, like make the phlogistonator a lightning gun. I could fuck that.
Yeah, that'd be like that made the phlogistonator really fun.
That, and then the on-demand crits wouldn't nearly be as unbearable because you'd have to actually aim to make use of them.
Like, when are you going to play a Quake game nowadays? It's like TF2 has infinitely more players than Quake.
Exactly.
So
and at the same time, this even though I love the lightning gun, this isn't Quake. This is TF2. It's a different game. There's a lot of different shit. You know, this game is really different to games like CS:GO or whatnot for one big reason. You don't all have access to the same guns at the same time. Sure, everyone can buy an AWP or an AK or whatever in CS:GO. Not everyone is going to be using the Dragon's Fury or the stock. Not
Yeah.
everyone's going to be Pyro.
Well, unless you're like in October, then yeah, I don't want to remember October.
But I mean, that's basically the intro for any class-based fucking update. Wait till we get an engineer update. You know, everyone's going to be spamming mini sentries and apparently those Tesla grenades we thought we'd get. But yeah, that's basically the best we can really say. Is Pyro 100% fixed? No class is 100% fixed when you really look at the grand scheme of things. But is Pyro balanced? And would I say he's the best state he's ever been? Yes.
I could debate about Pyro being balanced, like, but this video is already getting long now, so
Really, you could debate about any balance.
I could say Spy is incredibly unbalanced because you know, Diamondback, but like again, as you stated, not everyone's using Diamondback.
I just don't think Pyro is nearly as he's not overpowered at all, and he's not nearly. There are some things that need to be fixed, but he's not nearly as broken as people are trying to make it out. Like, so much of the subreddit is trying to say Pyro is fucking broken beyond all hell.
Like, just go to the TF2 subreddit and just search for Pyro is broken, and I assure you, you get 1,000 results.
I even see so many people say, oh, the subreddit is full of Pyro names with a victim cop. No, 90% of the subreddit is anti-Pyro.
You know what, I might start a sub, like, it's like, what are your thoughts on, like,
Oh,
it's like,
God.
I'm scared.
I don't use Reddit anymore. Care for it. But yeah, that's basically the best I can say.
Yeah.
That's all from me for now, sexy compatriots.
Thank you for coming on. I'll be sure to. What a horrible video.